After a shutout victory against Iowa at Assembly Hall on Friday, the IU volleyball team struggled to top the Wisconsin Badgers on Sunday. Freshman standout Jordan Haverly carried the team throughout the contest, recording her 7th double-double of the season with 16 kills and 14 digs. But would it be enough? Hoosier Sports Nite Brittany Abrahms has more from the University Gym.
After a 3-set victory against Iowa, the Hoosiers returned to University Gym Sunday and lost in 5 sets against the Wisconsin Badgers. The Hoosiers started off strong in the first set, but couldn't seem to hold on to that intensity, losing the first match 20-25. However, that all changed in the second match when the Hoosiers came out and defeated the Badgers 25-15. Hoping to hold on to a winning streak, the Hoosiers fight back in a game of point-to-point tug-of-war. With consecutive serves by Ashley Benson, the Hoosiers couldn't seem to put the ball down, losing a close game of 25-22. Going into the fourth match, both teams fight for points in a close-scoring game. Still early in the set, both the Hoosiers and Badgers make simple mistakes such as not covering their blockers. However, that all changes when Samantha Thrower puts down a kill in front of the 10-foot line. Hoosiers win 25-17. It's anyone's game going into the final set. Once again, with back-to-back scoring, the two teams fight through a 9-9 score before the Badgers take over in a 15-11 victory.
The Hoosiers are now 14-8 overall and 3-5 in conference. Indiana played a back-and-forth domination against the Wisconsin Badgers. Although they didn't pull through, junior Ashley Benson helped them keep up with the fight. Now, the real question is, can they pull it together in time for next week's battle against Penn State? From Hoosier Sports Nite, I'm Brittany Abrahms.
The Indiana men's cross-country team performed well over the weekend, sweeping the Sam Bell Invitational. Redshirt freshman Andy Bayer won the race for the Hoosiers with a time just over 25 minutes. The women's cross-country team won the Invitational as well, placing 4 runners in the top 10. Senior Wendy Robinson took home individual honors for the Hoosiers.
The Indiana field hockey team knocked off the 16th-ranked Northwestern Wildcats Saturday afternoon in Bloomington. Morgan Fleetwood and Haley Funk each scored for the Hoosiers, while goalie Alex Mann made 4 saves. With the victory, the Hoosiers moved back into the top 25 at number 20.
The men's soccer team traveled up to South Bend last week and dominated the Irish, winning 3-0. Darren Yeagle and Will Bruin each tallied goals for the Hoosiers. Indiana returned to Bloomington Sunday to host the Michigan State Spartans and fell in double overtime 1-0. The Hoosiers outshot the Spartans 22-7, but could not pull out the victory.
The Indiana women's soccer team returned to the pitch for the first time since October 4th over the weekend in Ann Arbor. The Hoosiers and the Wolverines battled to a 0-0 tie, while goalie Lindsey Campbell stopped 3 shots.
The Indiana men's tennis team traveled to Louisville, Kentucky over the weekend to participate in the Louisville tournament. Freshman Asade Juno advanced to the singles finals, but fell to Alex Doss of Eastern Kentucky.
And while Indiana held their own exciting football contest this weekend against the Fighting Illini, a team further north of us in Purdue hosted number 7 Ohio State. And we'd like to bring in Ben Heisler now with the rundown.
And Ben, I got a question for you. We faced the Ohio State Buckeyes 3 weeks ago at our place, and we just got trounced. What happened in West Lafayette over the weekend?
There must have been some sort of a miracle up in the Boiler water. Tried the Boilermaker water. They frankly just smoked Ohio State when it counted the most. Now, this game was supposed to be a no-brainer, right? Number 7 Ohio State traveling to Ross-Ade Stadium to take on the 1-5 Purdue Boilermakers on the road. Now, Danny Hope's Boilers haven't beaten OSU since 2000 when it was the feisty Drew Brees leading the way at quarterback. Plus, the Buckeyes were looking to tie an all-time record of 17 straight road wins in the Big Ten. Anyone would say the Boilers don't stand a chance. But as former IU head football coach Lee Corso interjects, whoosh, not so fast, my friends. Danny Hogue and the Boilers in the midst of a 5-game losing streak, still in search of a Big Ten win. Big sophomore Terrell Pryor hoping to keep the Buckeyes undefeated in Big Ten play. Pryor on second down now, and the Boilermaker pressure just plunges through. Pryor is stripped by Ryan Kerrigan. Purdue recovers. They get a quick field goal and are up 3-0 early on. Now, later in the first, Buckeyes on the Boilers' 7-yard line, and Pryor, well, he likes to do it himself. First touchdown of the game, Ohio State up on the pistol, Pete 7-3. Late in the first half, Pryor in Boilermaker territory, and this, it's not good. Tries to escape the pressure, but Ryan Kerrigan forces it out again. Purdue with the chance to go to the locker room with the lead. From 55 yards out, it's Carson Wiggs from the left hash mark, and Carson knocks it home. Purdue up 9-6 on Team Brutus. To the third quarter we go now. Second half. In the third quarter, Joey Elliott looking for Aaron Valentine. Touchdown Boilers, they're up 16-7 after the PAT. Meanwhile, Ohio State and Terrell Pryor could not find any answers against Purdue. Pryor going outside the pocket and wakes up with the king. Brandon King not allowing Pryor to have it his way. One of 2 picks Pryor threw in back-to-back possessions in the third quarter. 3:43 left to go in the third. Elliott screens it to guess who? Aaron Valentine again, and Valentine takes it 23 yards to the house for another Boiler TD. Fourth quarter, 7.5 left to go in the fourth, and Pryor, could it be his 5th turnover of the game? He heaves it up, and it's caught somehow. Devere Posey rings it in for a 25-yard touchdown pass. Pryor gets the 2-point conversion. It's a 1-possession game. 2:37 left in the game. Pryor trailing to rally the troops, but great Boiler pressure again, and down goes Pryor. It's Keon Brown on the play. It's a loss of 9, 4th and 14. So perhaps the final offensive opportunity of the game for the Buckeyes. Boilermaker 40 Pryor, is he going to run it? No, he throws it, and it's tipped away, and what an upset. The Boilers improve to 2-5, get their first Big Ten win, and they stun the Buckeyes. So congratulations to the hated Boilers on a huge Big Ten win. Frankly, it might be enough to perhaps put the Old Oaken bucket game between the Boilers and the Hoosiers on the map in late November. Now it's time for my predictions for the upcoming week, so be careful. 8th-ranked TCU travels to Brigham Young to battle the Cougars. I love the Cougars, just not these Cougars. Horned Frogs are going to go ahead and win on the road. Meanwhile, the number 6 Iowa Hawkeyes head to East Lansing to take on the Michigan State Spartans. Sparty's going to keep it close at home, but the Hawkeyes stay undefeated. My upset special of the week, it's not a huge one, but how about South Florida defeating number 20 Pittsburgh on the road? The Bulls are going to have a massive chip on their shoulder after getting embarrassed by Cincinnati at home last week in primetime. Wani's Panthers go down this Saturday. I'm Ben Heisler, and like a bowl of chicken soup can always warm your soul, you'll always feel better after watching the rundown.
All right, Nick, homecoming weekend is over, and the Indiana football team is going to the road this weekend. They'll take on the Northwestern Wildcats in Evanston at 11 o'clock Central Time on Saturday.
And the Hoosiers are only 2 victories away from bowl contention. It'll be an interesting road run the rest of the way.
Absolutely. Both Casey Richards, myself, Kristen Carroll, and Ronan O'Shea will have coverage from Evanston. All this and more on the next episode of Hoosier Sports Night. For Nick LaGrange, I'm Courtney Cronin. Have a great night.